rite of spring was happening on this jungle river as we sealed up our pilot house windows. And I'm gonna do this with soapy edge, right? The buzzing birds and bees trying to make their homes aboard as we prepared to travel somewhere new. This baby hummingbird, precariously perched over the water on the bottom side of the solar panel, was watched over carefully by its mother until the next morning when I noticed that the nest was empty and hopefully the fledgling had successfully flown off. Our friends from last video also gifted us their old bimini, which fits our cockpit perfectly.
With a nice gift of potential shade for just that cup.
With only 4 bolts, it was basically a plug and play. And then we turned on the engine and slowly backed out of our slip to explore the river a little bit more. After months of being in the boatyard and then months of working while the boat was at the dock, it was now that time of year to do a little bit of a shakedown. The main hazard to watch out for early in the morning on the Rio Dulce are canoe fishermen's traps and shallow muddy banks. But other than that, rumbling down the river is a pleasant and easy pastime. I just see a small little thing floating. It could just be garbage too.
I'll go forward and look.
Okay.
If you see net, tell me I have to run out of there and go.
Yeah, there's 2. There's one on this side and one on that side. Was it a net just below the surface of the water stretched out before us, or was it just some crab traps that were not connected to each other? Either way, we passed by without a problem. With shifting mud banks of these rivers and creeks, it's always a risk to go poking around in a relatively deep-keeled vessel, but we hope to make it past some of the more shallow parts and to anchor in a truly hidden, calm, and quiet place for the evening. We circled in the center of this tiny private lake and then dropped anchor in about 2 meters of water and only let out a few meters of chain.
Gonna stick it in reverse.
There were many young people here out and about, fishing from their canoes and enjoying life on their small patches of land. We had several friendly visitors come by with their boats, kids asking for toys and school supplies, which I shared a couple of notebooks and pencils with them, and folks trying to sell us vegetables and woven baskets. But we didn't have a dime to buy anything. It was really nice to visit this secluded spot. Soon we had swallows visiting our boat as well, looking to set up nests in any nook or cranny that they could find on our topside. But I stuffed some old shorts in the boom and in the gooseneck so that the poor little birds could not start to build. The bottom was encouragingly muddy here, and it was this mucky mess that assured me again why I slept so well last night.
It was custom, we just touch and then turn around and catch the anchor and toss us out. Actually, I wouldn't even do it with the anchor. I would just leave the boat there and pull ourselves backward with the winches with the rope instead.
The most difficult part of traveling here is the lack of easy access to real land. Not just swampy wetland, but an actual place for Choco to run free. We searched up and down several creeks before landing at the nearby restaurant Zipline Hotel in the middle of this jungle mangrove bay. It was a good place for a walk, a drink, and a beautiful sunset. We got up early this morning and put everything in order so that nothing can fall down because it's time for a friendly regatta. We headed over to the local juke joint to get a map of the racecourse and then started digging out our sail inventory.
Doggy, are you ready?
Okay, we got all the sails out. Got big spinnaker, small spinnaker, our normal Genoa type jib thing. Our idea is to go with a spinny, downwind, an upwind. We've got our working jib.
I'm wondering if this is a mistake though, if it's too much wind, if you're gonna risk blowing something. But when you go out there, as soon as you start the race, as soon as we open the spinnaker, it's gonna be a lot of, it's gonna go out, woof.
Yeah.
We're gonna go like, whoa, we're gonna...
It's definitely, but isn't that a good thing? Isn't that what we want?
And it's a short ride, huh? It's like, it's gonna take us there and then pull up the other sail and close the spinnaker before we take the turn, and then I'll take the spinnaker down and put it away. I guess that's the buoy that starts.
We set out of the protected bay to test out our sails a half hour before the start time. So we line up with that and the other pool toy that's here. So this is the starting line. We promptly popped our main sheet block, tied a knot, and then removed the spinnaker setup as we realized that there would be plenty enough wind to travel downwind, wing on wing.
Is it 10 minutes after 2? Let's do it, go! I guess.
I'm not the race committee though. I didn't even go to the...
Yeah, it's 2 o'clock, but we don't hear the actual thing.
Yo, Jim! 2 o'clock, start!
There we go.
If you can do me a favor and go and tie the blue rope off.
Yep.
That was the start, right? The pop?
Yes.
Okay, so clean start. Oh, okay. Wheels changing. No, it's stopped.
It's a little iffy.
This time we're putting it on the other side. Yeah, then let it go. Yeah, and then let it go. Yes, like that. Perfect. Wing on wing. Go, 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 go. They decide to take it wide, go around the island.
We searched for the upcoming buoy, the marker on the course, unsuccessfully. We can't find the buoy.
There's no buoy for this big thing.
Us young folks can't see it. Yeah, like, is it over here or is it over there?
I think it's kind of broad reach. It's somewhere over there. Better. Yes, now I can see the sails now, yes. Crank this full, the Geneva.
Our Beneteau competitor then started to gain on us as we headed upwind. With each gust, more and more items made their way from one side of the cabin interior to the other.
I don't know where the marker is.
Yeah, I don't know where the marker is either.
Except for that marker that we did pass.
Yeah, I guess so.
He passed us, but where's he going? We don't know where to go. Follow that guy. The Beneteau did find the buoy and then cut sharply around the mark. Ooh, just though, hey? He just made it. By less than a boat length he did.
We release a bit of the Jenny, just a smidge. Yeah, that's good, thanks.
And then we made our way around the buoy, still in second place. There was no catching up now. After the race, we socialized with all the sailors hanging out in this part of the Rio.
Is that fun? Is that fun? Oh, boy.
I don't think he found the part where the bed fell was fun. But he liked the part where he got to bark at everybody. Yes, he loved that part.
Come va? Sembrate innamorati! È come l'amore!
Encantado, vamos a hacer un catamarán.
Sì, sì!
And then we were heading back to town where the jet skis and the motorboats all reside to prepare to leave this wonderful place.
There wasn't this much wind yesterday.
No, today's windier.
Look at the size of the waves.